Formula 1-E came to Bahrain for its first ever Grand Prix, with Red Bull looking though that they needed to make some improvement in order to stick with the top two, although the top teams of Ferrari, Mercedes and Techeetah. Red Bull, however, said that they were looking forward to seeing the upgrades that will be coming in the European season later on towards Azerbaijan, Italy and France. Mercedes, on the other hand, said that they were one of the fastest teams and that said that they might have the overall package between Ferrari and Techeetah at the front. Although Stoffel van Dorn looked a little bit off the pace compared to Lewis Hamilton, who was at this point is 5-time world champion. Porsche Dragon said that they also needed to improve, with their pace looking poorly and they're looking like they're going to be outside the top 10, although they do say that Porsche are repairing some upgrades. Ferrari look like they are the closest to Techeetah in terms of engine power, and look like with their upgrades that are due to be coming for the Brazilian Grand Prix in round 3, that they reported that they could soon be on the way to the top. They also changed their livery from the start of pre-season and have gone with their sponsors in a sort of camouflage look with a black outline. Neo have also been busy. They have been attempting to get their car into the points, although they do admit that it is some way outside the points. For now, they are looking forward to seeing it in the future. Williams, however, said that they were struggling for form. Venturi were not top in the thing. McLaren also saying they need to improve after being outside the top 10 in practice, although that they have reported some big upgrades are coming for the main European season. With Carlos Sainz saying that he was looking forward to seeing what these upgrades would bring, after saying that the initial pace was not good enough in the McLaren. Jaguar were also looking to bring upgrades. They were struggling down at the back in practice and were second to last only to the Williams. They said they need big upgrades in order to stay in Formula 1-E for next year. And Techeetah said that they were happy with the pace that they set, although they say they need to work on their aero, although rumours have come out that they may have accidentally overspent on their R&G budget and may pay the price with not being able to upgrade later in the season, with allowing the chasing packs such as Renault, who will also look to be the surprise package after that. Although their qualifying pace looks poor, their race pace looks to be solid, and they could be a team that challenges for late podiums depending on what happens with the pace of the front running cars. They say they need to focus on their qualifying pace, and they are going to do so with that set of R&D. So on to today's grid. Lewis Hamilton took pole from Sebastian Vettel. Pierre Gasly surprised with a P3 as the Techeetahs could not get the tyres to work for them. Van Dorn, as purported, 6/10ths off his teammate in P4. Charles Leclerc also slower than his teammate, down in P5, further 5/10ths. Verstappen unable to get the head of Gasly and further 6/10ths off, not getting the car right. Kubica getting 7th for Techeetah, Ricardo Hulkenberg and Verm running out the top 10. Outside the top 10 we see Perez and Giovinazzi sandwiching Gunther, who's happy with P12. Sainz disappointed with P14. Magnussen also disappointed with 15th, with the usual backrunners of Jaguar and Williams, with PK ahead of Russell, Massa ahead of Verline, the experience over the junior pair getting the edge. Now it's time for the race for today's Bahrain Grand Prix. So, hello there everyone, welcome back to another video of Formula 1-E mod, if I can get that out correctly, which I can now. Today we're going to do round number 1 here for Bahrain. I've tried to model this 13 rounds. If you missed the calendar's in the practice report. We are now. I should explain, I'm not in this series as myself. I'm going to be driving as Pierre Gasly, as voted by you. I did a poll in the pre-season race, which was almost a month ago now. Yes, apologies for that, but the computer is back, and this is the race that I recorded before the computer went away. So, yes, give me a few days to get Final Fantasy up and underway. I need to go and record that, be the next attempt. But here we are. Lewis Hamilton on pole. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
I should also explain that we actually have the Honda power unit as it stands. I haven't done any upgrades on the Honda power unit at all. So this is what the Honda power unit is going to be like in the back of the Red Bull as it stands with F1 2018 performance. But lights out and away we go. And as usual on this game, it has been an absolutely atrocious start by ourselves. Van Dorn is going to come and Leclerc and go past. We're going to break down the outside, try and tail it down, which will turn to the course, the inside turn 2, and retain the hand of Van Dorn. Leclerc is there as well, and he's going to get one up. Well, I think we made contact with Leclerc down the inside, and now goes down to the inside, goes Stoffel Van Dorn, the man who got forced out in Formula 1 with McLaren last season, real life, and he goes down our inside. We're going to try and block off Verstappen now. He's got past Leclerc. So let's get a replay. Front 2 go off away fine, but then it's us struggling behind. We try and go around the outside. There is contact with Leclerc. He does lose a bit of his front end plate, with Van Dorn then getting the upper hand, and then Verstappen there you can see goes down the inside of Leclerc. Then as I get forced out by Van Dorn, that gives Verstappen the thing before we close the door on Verstappen, and he settles in behind us for P5. But it's important that we don't hold Verstappen up. Of course, we are the number 2 driver, something that Gasly in real life, and of course we will try and do prevent from Verstappen being number 1 to prove that we just should have the equal status. And we're going to go look and see if we can go down the inside of Van Dorn. As we do, we've got the better Sashi there, and we force Van Dorn out, and we go back up into P3. Behind us though, on the same straight, Charles Leclerc has been overtaken now by Robert Kubica now in the black and gold Cheetah. This is just a Cheetah car, not a Haas. Haas aren't in this series. I might introduce them should I do a later series, but they're not in this series. This is the Jaguar. It's an inverted. I know it's an eyesore. I couldn't get the game wouldn't allow me to have the black for some reason default to dark blue, and fortunately George Russell is out of the race with an engine penalty, as we are struggling now with this Audi engine, which of course in real life Audi is struggling a little bit as well, not as much as Honda have been, but they are struggling to be as Van Dorn once again goes past us. So I'm sure Audi will do some racing. That's about Kubica goes up the inside of Van Dorn there as we forced him out. So Van Dorn, Mercedes obviously isn't as fast as the DS power chain, and then just look at this, he just slips it down the inside. Thank you very much, Robert Kubica, lots of experience there. And well, I told you that DS were fast. He's up to P4 from P8. Just look, he's just going to go and waltz past. That's the power of the DS power change versus the Audi. However, look at this. Just look how much we close up to him in the corners. The error and sash department on the Cheetah is very poor.
Some information on Verstappen. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Okay, Verstappen now has got some kind of... As you see, we're getting very close. We actually touched the back of Kubica. No damage there, fortunately. You see our tyres are starting to wear out. This has been Bahrain, and we're only on the super soft tyres. This is Verstappen now behind us. He's got lost out to Leclerc and one of the Renaults. I think that's Hulkenberg. And then, of course, Verne goes waltzing past. And now I think Ricciardo's going to... No, that's Hulkenberg. Ricciardo up ahead, excuse me, of Leclerc. So, yes. You see there, we had DRS on Kubica, who just waltzed past us the lap before. But, yes, it's going to... Audi need to get their act together. They are reporting upgrades, but will it come soon enough? Excuse me. As one of the runners, and I think that's Hulkenberg. Oh yes, you notice I can't edit the colours on the mini-map or the colours on the left-hand side. That is something I'd have to go into the coding to edit, which would involve somebody with more tech powers and time than I have. So that is the only thing that really I cannot mod in terms of this series, and also the Mercedes performance file as well, which I've probably gone off long about this. We're going to come out and see, and I think Ricciardo's going to jump us here. He is. Ricciardo. Renault have done the absolute thing. Not only has he jumped Leclerc, but he's jumped us as well. That is how much time we're losing on the straights. Come Monaco, I think we could be 1-2. The car, in terms of aero, is completely fine. You see that Verne waltzes past with DRS. However, look at this. We're going to go dive it down the inside, and we're going to have the better aero and force Verne out. And he's going to go back to P6, and that's going to be pretty much the tail of the race, with Verne getting past on the straights and then we getting past him. In actual fact, we are having a form of a train, unable to catch Ricciardo. Ricciardo is too good for us, but we have got Verne behind us, and we also have Hulkenberg catching up, and Van Dorn, who has lost out to Hulkenberg in the pit stop. Then there's our teammate Max Verstappen, who's not too far behind, and there's a big, huge ginormous gap to Charles Leclerc in 9th. Very disappointing for the Ferrari. Sorry, 10th I think he is actually. He's way down. Not very good. Also, Kubica has jumped ahead of Vettel as well, just to show you the pace of the Ferrari versus the Cheetah. And here is Vettel as we speak. So he's still up to 3rd place, so good, but he has got Ricciardo coming in. Oh no, he hasn't. He isn't going to get 3rd place, because that is smoke pouring out the rear of the Ferrari, and Sebastian Vettel is out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Pulls over to the side. Vettel is out, and that is going to be very little points for Ferrari now in their struggle to get to the top. That is such a shame for Vettel, because he was on for the podium, although Cheetah will have it on as Hamilton, as we move on to the last corner there, as we're going to try and do it. Kubica gets fastest lap, that would be a point for him. Of course, we have the Formula E point system with 2 point, the usual 10 point scorers. We come across the line to finish a brilliant P4. Not bad for P4, considering how poor the engine was. You saw how fast they went. But yes, Hamilton is winning. He gets 27 points because he got pole, 2 points for pole. Kubica had a fast lap. He gets a point for fast lap, only 2.5 seconds off. So that shows the pace of the Cheetah. I expect in Brazil, which is a power circuit, very little chance of an upgrade before Brazil, although Ferrari say there might be one. We'll have to wait and see. Daniel Ricciardo, that race pace was good for him in 3rd. Ourselves 4th. This is a chance to improve. Verne 5th, Hulkenberg 6th, Van Dorn 7th. Hulkenberg will be happy, but Van Dorn, Verstappen will be disappointed. Sergio Perez rounds out the top 10, although probably wouldn't have got a point if Vettel hadn't retired, who are disappointing for Vettel. Vettel there. Apologies for the typo as well on the thing. It should be Leclerc and not Vettel and not Leclerc. Apologies about that. But McLaren Dragon as well. Giovinazzi, not sure what happened to him, but 13th with Jaguar and the Venturi Williams team usually at the back. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, it remains as it is on screen with Hamilton, Kubica, Ricciardo. We'll have to see how that all pans out, especially with Cheetah potentially overspending on their budget in terms of thing. And the constructors, Mercedes have the lead by 4 points to Cheetah, so Cheetah can come back, but all depends on the performance of Verne, who wasn't as good as Kubica. Kubica absolutely blitzed it today to get 2nd from 8th place. Mercedes can have to see Van Dorn improves, Renault in 3rd, Red Bull 4th, Ferrari got a long way to go. McLaren and Porsche Dragon yet to score points, and Jaguar and Venturi Williams currently unlikely to score points. But yes, that is going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more episodes of the F1-E mod. Until the next video, next time, take care. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.